What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of 360 Speed. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Today we will be doing something interesting. You see, the work on this Tiguan behind me is going to be something unique and something different. The roof is going black. We are going to do a vinyl roof wrap on this Tiguan and should be pretty fun. Also, I'm going to give the headlights a little bit of a detail because, as you can see, they have a slight little bit of haze on them, so just need to make them clear. This one too, just slightly, but for the most part the roof is going black because, as you can see, here's another Tiguan that we have at our showroom, and that has a panoramic sunroof, and this one does not, so we need to make it look unique and interesting. So what we're also going to do is I'm going to clean the roof. As you can see on the camera, it doesn't show that well, but if I zoom up and if I show you closely, there's a lot of dirt and debris still on the paint, so we're definitely going to prep this correctly. Then after that, we're going to lay down knifeless tape, and after the knifeless tape has been on, then we're going to go over to the roof wrapping stage. As you can see, all the stuff is already off. Also inside, strip the interior. It looks a little bit rough in here, but that's just work in progress. We already removed the roof lining because that's more important. That's important for us to get the roof antenna and the roof rails off in order for us to work properly. Now there is a bunch of clips. You will see that there is a bunch of clips that will go in there. Clips holding it for the grab handles. They are quite easy to remove once you get the method. There is videos on it to do it, and guys, please don't break the stuff. Just be vigilant when you're working. Unplug every connector and don't hurt, like you can drop the sides, and don't hurt the roof lining while you're at it. Just be very careful. You see this, you can drop to the side and it's easy to work. And once you have the method down, you can remove the headliner completely, and then it's much easier to work inside here. Moving on, as I mentioned before, we're going to lay the knifeless tape down once the prep is done, and then we're going to lay the roof wrap on, and then we are going to position it, get the backing off, lay it down, get it nice and squeegee it out, and then from there we will just remove everything, remove the knifeless tape, and then I'll show you the final result. But on to a time lapse you go. Sorry about the outfit change. It's a new day. We are busy with this car. Still, it's in a different location, but we're still going to make the roof wrap happen. So as you saw quickly on the other footage, I've just quickly wiped down with prep cleaner or panel cleaner, just on isopropyl alcohol panel cleaner to get the roof free of every wax and dirt and everything. Now we're going to move on to knifeless tape. The knifeless tape that we are using is 3M knifeless tape. So it's 3M knifeless tape, pretty awesome stuff. If you don't know how to use it, there's an easy guide, a quick and easy guide to how to use it. Quickly gonna lay it down. I'm gonna throw you back on the time lapse so you can see how we're laying it down, and then we will start with the initial prep for the vinyl, after laying the vinyl on the roof. Just a quick tip, when you're using the 3M knifeless tape, or any knifeless tape for that matter, don't lay down completely. Start at a point, as we did here. This you can lay flat, so you have a benchmark to lay it down. Then you're going to run through the whole length of the vehicle, and then don't lay down completely, so you can still be able to move it in the correct spot where it needs to lie. As soon as you're confident and ready for the final form that it needs to take, then set it down, run your finger all over the knifeless tape, and then you know it's set. Put your vinyl over that and make sure the vinyl is stuck down on both sides of the knifeless tape. Then you yank the knifeless tape up, and then you start cutting your vinyl, and then you know it's going to be perfect. So knifeless tape done on both sides. But as you will see, we didn't do anything with this whole panel here because that's going to be afterwards. We're first going to wrap the main roof, and then we will move on to the boot spoiler, because this is a little bit of a tricky thing. We need to follow this curve on top of here. So I'll show you what we're going to do. It's going to be a slow process, but I'll show you once we are done. We are going to overlap the roof wrap over on top of the boot spoiler, and then we're going to cut it at a certain section following this line just a little bit downwards, and then we're going to tuck it in when we open the boot, and same for the boot spoiler, going to overlap it back onto the roof and then just tuck it underneath, and then we know it's a job well done. Righty, so the vinyl that we have, as you can see, is from Avery Dennison. Very, very awesome wrap to work with, and this is something that they call air escape vinyl. So there's a tiny groove pattern at the back of the vinyl itself, so you can actually just easily wrap the roof and get all the air pockets out underneath the vinyl, and it will sit flat on the surface that you're wrapping. So you can see this is a deep gloss black, so it's a very, very good wrap. So guys, if you consider this, it's a really proper vinyl. It's not that expensive actually, so you can do quite a lot with this wrap, but there is limitations to wrap or what you can wrap with it, but this is definitely a very, very proper wrap, and it's something that I would highly recommend for any one of you who wants to attempt a roof wrap. So let's get on to the roof wrap. We are going to lay the vinyl flat over the top, and then we are going to follow the rollback method. So you're going to loosen an end on both sides and then cut it so we can like open up the vinyl, and then we will start rolling back or peeling back the backing layer. I don't know what you call it exactly, but this back layer, and then we will start pulling it back and let the vinyl sit on top, secure it on the windscreen, roll back everything, roll back until we get here to the back, and then we're going to start cutting and squeegeeing.
Girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Got the job done. Well, not completely, but it is done, and it's looking so good. Don't mind this side. This is fully secured. It's flat on the surface, but that is what we are going for. Glossy roof. It's flat, no bubbles. All the air streaks are out. Let me quickly show you. If I do this, you'll be able to spot. You'll spot the texture, and that's what the air escape vinyl does. It allows for air to easily go out and makes your job so much easier. So now I'm going to cut both front and back, like I said, overlap space, so I can tuck it into the window. And here at the back, as you can see, overlap here, there's my ridge. I'm going to follow this line and just come here and cut this whole section so I can tuck it in. Then we are also be using knifeless tape to imitate this line going like the bow of the roof, so I can actually get it nice and proper to fit in there. When you open the boot, it's not too much black going down. So now the knifeless tape, I'm going to just cut out the knifeless tape. Don't worry about this. This will also be going down once the knifeless tape has cut through it. As you can see, there's the mounting holes for the roof rails. But all in all, it's good. Just need to do my cutout of my aerial and then we'll be golden. But so far, so good. It's looking really, really good. Not gonna show you the whole car now because we're gonna keep that for later, but I'm impressed. I'm really, really impressed.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now.
Alright guys, as you just saw, I just finished this piece and everything is now cut, and also I inlaid here, so I just need to tuck it underneath. As you heard, I kind of went against my own word. I rather cut against the edges here so that you can see exactly where you are running your knife, and it tucks in deep enough so it hides the joint. As you can see there, it doesn't look out of place and you can't see white coming through. So that's pretty much perfect. So now all that I need to do is I need to open all these holes and that one, so let's just get to it. All done. And now it is back to assembling everything, and then I will show you once we are inside the car how to put the roof lining back up and how the clips work to insert them, so that if you need to take your Tiguan's roof lining out, then you will do it without damaging any of the clips. So guys, let's quickly get the roof rails on and let's see what it looks like. You are going to support all these bolts, as you can see right there and there at the back. Right there at the back is two of them. You are going to secure them with the nuts that came with them. Just be careful, this is the airbag deployment system, so be careful when you work it. Don't bump all of this, don't try to remove this or anything. and make sure the battery is disconnected while you are working around this area. You don't want airbag to explode. But I'm quickly going to secure this, and then I'm going to move on to installing the whole headliner. But as you can see, before we move on to that, these are the mounting holes for the roof lining, and they have weird tabs. Let's take the sun visor for instance. This is what they look like. You'll see they are a squish or a push open mechanism, if that makes any sense. So what you want to do is, like, I just use 2 scratch pins, then I insert it from the bottom. As you can see at the bottom there's 2 pins. You want to force them outwards, so you want to force the bottom part up and the lower part down. Or you can also use a screwdriver, but when you are using the mounting points for the grab handles, it tends to be easier to use this than to use 2 flat screwdrivers. But this thing is closed. Once it's in, I know you can't see quite properly, but once it's in, they are kicked outwards. This section is kicked outwards, and your goal is to get them to compress and go in. You push it in, go in at an angle, because you can break the plastic bit right here. So just be careful when you work here, and work with a smallish screwdriver. You push it in, so as you see there, it goes in, and as you push it forward, and then you come up to the other side. And I do apologize, I know I wasn't in frame there, but you push it open, and as soon as you wedge it in there, then you get movement. In the case of this, I will show you once I have it in. You really need to work with the 2 pins close to each other. Let me just hold you guys tightly. This needs to be located like this, as such, so it stops it from just twisting and turning. And then this, what I showed you, this slot, that slot right there, is going by this pin, whatever you need to call it, the technical term, so that when you push this thing up into it, it locates and it sets properly where it needs to go. So I'm just going to line this up roughly where it needs to be, pretty much like that. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. As you saw, this is easy to remove. This is literally just you turn just find the right way. Oh, there we go. Put it into place. But you literally just twist this out. I can just, so you twist this out and then boom, it comes out. Just a little twist mechanism. So pop it back in, twist it, and it's in place. So now the visor, line it up, and then you see where that slot is there. That slot is for this section here, and then just locate it nicely. Until you hear the click, and then at the back just click, you know, there it goes into place, and there you go, it's assembled. Now you just put the missing 2 pieces of the cosmetic covers, and then you're done. So the covers looks like this, nothing much to it, literally just goes on like that. Boom, one done. And the second one, just make sure you have the correct orientation. You will see in there, this piece is going to kick in there. So again, line it up, push it in, and there you go, it's done, looking like new. Alright, next up we have the grab handles that we are going to do. But you have this inner piece, the bracket that sandwiches between the body, the roof lining, and the grab handle itself. So you literally need to just drop this thing in behind. Alright, so now the bracket is in place sort of, but you can see you can move it a lot. You can move it around a lot. So you want to bring it up and position it in its place. So it's going to sit like that roughly. So you see the holes are open, and line it up, and then it's time to get the grab handle in place. Now the one side is spring loaded, as you can see, spring loaded. The other side will just open, and this is for the soft open and close. It has like a braking mechanism on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. We're going to basically force this side up like this side, and then we are going to push it in place. I'll show you quickly. So now this one is not in completely, you see there's still movement. This side is clicked in, so just going to go like this, force it and up, and click it into place, and then make sure this is up, click in place. And now we're just going to put these beauty tabs, whatever you call it, just to finish this front cover off, so that you don't see all the clips in there. But basically what I meant with the 2 scratch pins was you're going to put one on this side and like turn it away into this side and force it up, and then you're going to pull this way, and this one is going to go closer to this side, forcing it that way, which is going to close the pins like this, and then you keep tension on this, and then it will pull it out. Well guys, thank you for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something new. If there's something that I did wrong, something that I did right, please drop it in the comments down below. But guys, that's all I have for you in this video, and I hope that I can make more future videos for you like this and other modifications on other cars. But guys, please remember to buckle up, keep it safe on the road, and I will see you next time. Cheers.